right now. He's not my fighter. But should Canelo be fighting Chavez? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's so crazy. When we talk about loyalty in the sport of boxing, when we talk about loyalty, when you look at Canelo, did Steven Espinoza and the Showtime team let this, and myself, we helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about in the sport of boxing. Because Al Heyman was a smart, shrewd businessman. They want to sue him because he was smart.
Now you put on the performance. Where do you think you are, and what are you looking at?
I mean, I think it's an easy question. I think everybody wants to see me against Canelo, right? So,
and you can't get into Canelo's mind, but what do you think his assessment would be after seeing you fight tonight?
I don't know. I don't really care what his assessment is, but you know they keep putting these contenders in front of me. You know, my last fight was a WBC title eliminator. That's why I'm here holding my belts. You know, they need to give me the opportunity. You know, I'll go through anybody, whoever they want me to go through. The big Charlo want to get it too.
So Charlo would be the alternative?
He don't want to get in the ring with me because he's a pussy. That's why.
Hey, yo, what's poppin'? We here now. Man, let's go. Hey, I gotta finish eating though. Y'all want to stream? I gotta eat something. I'm here though. We ready to get to it. Y'all got to get the likes up. This is not a game. Shout out to Kenichi Bear. Absolutely. Once I get rid of this little Starbucks sandwich, it's up, and we gonna talk about it. Is up. Truth hurts, you way off the mark. Shout out to King Corleone. That's my homie. Big Texas. King Corleone, these boys don't know. The truth hurts, you way off the mark. As soon as I eat this sandwich, it's up, and we gonna clear everything up. Yeah, shout out to Christian. I'm gonna do the watch party for David Morrell. Yeah. Great question. This is a direct quote. Bill Haney hit me up. DAZN hasn't finished tallying all the numbers. He said the numbers from Leonard Ellerby, their lies is a cap. He said it did better than Loma. That's what he said. I'm going to give you my opinion right after this sandwich. Yeah. Christian, I'll see you there at the watch party. I can't eat all the work I've been putting out on the content on the channel. Man, Truth Hurt says he's actually spot on. No, you ain't. You way off the mark. You don't know what you're talking about. Listen, the best in the business is back. Y'all, he said, don't worry, I'll wait. Bro, you can't see me. Shawnee said, take your time, big dog. I'm almost done. You know, I'm big ego, big money ego. It don't take nothing, no time for me. The boxing game is fully... Someone's gonna block me before you answer. You sound scared already. Nobody even said nothing about blocking you. That sounds like fear. Shout out to Fez Peso. He said, coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpacked. Absolutely. Tank should step up competition. Devin should stop lying and being delusional. King Corleone said, do not block him. Y'all block people. If you don't make sense, you getting blocked. Hey, y'all say that you get blocked for nothing. Bro, the only time people get blocked is if you're spamming, being a disruption, or you're not making no sense. It sounds like fear to me. It's never like Ego's army. There's plenty of people, Ego's army. I picked Errol Spence to win, and plenty of people that are Eagles Army picked Terrence Crawford to win. So you cap, and they still here. They still here right now. So they didn't get blocked just for nothing. So if what y'all said was true, I thought Errol was gonna win. I was way wrong, right? Then I would have just blocked y'all because you picked Crawford. But I ain't no emotional emote baby. Crawford a great fighter. So I was never mad at anybody picking him. My brother picked him. I don't know if I told y'all that. My brother said, you tripping. Errol Spence can't beat Crawford. My own flesh and blood, my blood brother, he picked Crawford. So would I block my brother? Y'all cap. All y'all do is cap. They say, oh, if you disagree, you block. So I blocked my blood brother because he picked Crawford. This man said I blocked him in 2013 when I told you to check out prospect Deontay Wilder. Hey, you cap already, bro. Why would I block you for saying check out a prospect? Y'all be lying, bro. Why would I block you for telling you, because you told me to check out Wilder? And I likely knew who Wilder was before you. Anybody that watched my channel, does that sound familiar? Does that make sense to anybody? Nah, you just talking, bro. You definitely on the verge of getting blocked when I finish this sandwich, because you don't know what you talking about. The man said he came to my channel, told me about Wilder being a good fighter, and I just blocked him. Hey, come on, they tripping. All right, one little bite is up. Get my likes up. So you didn't say nothing else. You didn't say nothing goofy. You didn't pose it as a joke. I just blocked you for recommending a fighter to me. Andrea says, True Hurt's been emotional since 2013. I told you that I had to come back on the lives, bro, because the game of boxing looking cap. I can't leave boxing alone. The game need me. All y'all do is cap on the app. All y'all do is cap. The man been hurt for 10 years. They say he been hurt holding it inside for 10 years. I can't wait to get back at Ego. The man said, please don't come not wondering why. Even if I could, it would all be great. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Dear Ego, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell pager and my WhatsApp at the bottom. I sent you a message on TikTok. You must not have got them. There probably was a problem at the post office or something. Man, what's up? How's your daughter? Guess what? I'm about to have a daughter. Guess what I'm going to call her? I'm going to name her Ego. Bro, get these dudes. They just be lying. Hold on. They be lying. Please don't come now wondering why. Hold on. Let me read the $10 from Kamal. Let me read the bread. DAZN doesn't release its American numbers. They tell you DAZN Namibia, DAZN Indonesia. Bro, Indonesia, y'all about to be having a seizure. I seriously doubt that it outperformed Loma. Bill hit me and said it outperformed Loma. But I truthfully, I have questions about that. ESPN and Loma are more high profile and popular than DAZN and Regis. Let's go. Shout out to Kamal Oz. All right. Let me get my preamble. Block Derek. Let me get my preamble off. On my channel, I give you guys the raw, the uncut, and that's it. I give you my opinion on situations. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. If you guys want yes men, if you guys want ego to just go along with anything and not have a mind of his own, then it's not going to happen. This is not the channel for you. I'm giving y'all 10 seconds to go that away and report to the nearest exit. I am not doing that. I didn't come in the game doing that, and I'm not in the game to do that. When it comes to Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, there are a lot of different opinions and varying opinions out there. I'm here to tell you mine. You don't like it? Scram, because I'm giving you, I wish I would be fake and lie for any of y'all. Then I just wouldn't be ego. How can I be ego if I can't even tell you how I feel? Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen. So let that be your warning. These are my viewpoints, my opinions. But the thing is, I don't just talk about it. I explain why I feel this way, right? I never just get on here and say, this is my opinion, and there's no dialogue. It's always going to be a dialogue. People can disagree with that dialogue, fine. But I know what I know, and I know what I say, and it makes sense. So if you listen up closely, Ego's Army, we got this. You will learn something. Preamble over. Colbert Rayo fight tonight, yes. Business brain, gang, gang. Best in the business, and it's not even close. So, Devin Haney looked remarkable versus Regis Prograis. Great performance. I was there. The building looked packed. I had no problem with Devin Haney, Bill Haney, Regis, the promotion, how it was. They made me want to see the fight. I went there. I didn't buy a pay-per-view. I don't have to buy a pay-per-view when I'm in the fight, in the building. I'm in the building. You just decorating. What did Wayne say? We in the building. You just decorating. I'm in the building. Y'all just the contractors. So I didn't have to. So for your boy Ego, I had a great fight week. I covered the fight on the channel. Devin had a splendid performance, and I moved on. I'm ready to move on. I'm not mad that the Haneys called out Tank Davis. That's good. Big fight for boxing. However, this is what happened next. Now we're having a different conversation. That conversation is about numbers. That conversation is about who calls the shots. That conversation is about A side. So I got to switch gears. In my opinion, the fight could have been what the fight was. Devin Haney, his buzz went up. Great. His buzz went up from beating Regis Prograis. And it could have just been that. But then now, if I got to switch gears, I got to talk about the numbers. I got to talk about the numbers. And what's being said is not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want Gervonta Davis to succumb and just give in. I don't see it that way. Reason being, I've covered boxing long enough. I've watched boxing long enough. I've been a part of this sport, made money in this sport long enough. And I know that A side rules. So as far as the fight happening, that's what I'm giving you in my content. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. Tank is the A side. Period. Okay, hold on. Let me get this Truth Hurts dude out of here. So listen, y'all know I don't duck or dodge no topic in boxing. I'm going to show you what he said and watch me put him in the hot seat and flame him. Okay, bro, now you wanted to be the next contestant on the Summer Jam screen. You got my full undivided. So let me handle this light work real quick. He says, still waiting for Ego to answer. that sandwich got ate a long time ago. Bro, first of all, you don't run nothing. Second of all, this is my channel. I got to do the intro. I got to give an intro. I'm not going to jump to what you want me to jump to because you want some attention. But now, after I get to, because the money's always going to come before a sucker. So I'm going to get to Kamal Oz's super chat, and then it's me and you, pause, and then you can ask what you need to. I'm going to flame you in the hot seat. I'm going to body you. I'm going to show you that you're not worthy to even be discussing anything with the king of boxing, and then we move it on. So now I'm a sucker. You've been a sucker, bro. Anyway, Kamal Odd, listen, stop stalling. Let me get to this super chat, and then you get what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want. Ryan Garcia made more money against Tank than Devin and Regis combined. That's a fact. He is still more of an A-side than Haney. These jabronis must treat Tank the same way they do Canelo, Anthony Joshua, and Manny Pacquiao. Principles the same. Okay, truth hurts. What question am I not answering? He said, dang, ego got the stands out. I told you, please don't come wondering why. Even if I could, it would all be great. Put your picture on my wall. Bro, dear ego, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I said Devin's the A-side. You must not have got it. Okay, truth hurts. I told you, after I do this super chat, it was me and you. Me and you. Yo mama and yo cousin too. What is your question? So I can flame you and move out and be done with you. Watch this. This is a hot seat. I guarantee you I don't lose this one. I don't know what his argument is. Guarantee you I don't lose this. You ain't gonna outthink me, partner. Go. Truth hurts. Why don't you use the same scenario for Tank versus Haney like you did versus Benavidez and Canelo? Elaborate. First of all, you can't even spell Benavidez's name, so that's strike one. Second, elaborate. Third, why would I use the same exact logic for two totally different fights involving four different people? I tell you guys all the time on my channel, I look at boxing on a case-by-case basis. Canelo is Canelo. Devin is Devin. Benavidez is Benavidez. And Tank is Tank. So what do I need to combine and compare or whatever? You want Benavidez to fight Canelo. Facts. Benavidez never sold over 60,000 pay-per-view buys. Because you're using the pay-per-view buys excuse. Who cares about the pay-per-view buys? We want to see good fights. This is your best work. You wasted all that time, all that gibbering and jabbering to say that? To say that? He says, because you're using pay-per-view buys as an excuse. When the hell did I say Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney should not fight? So what excuse are you talking about exactly? I never said they shouldn't fight. So what excuse, what you using my quotes? When did I ever say that they should never fight? Bro, he did all this hooting and hollering, kicking and screaming for that? Name a video, a quote, where I ever said Devin and Tank should not fight. Since you want to compare, you the comparison master. And I know he can't, so I'm gonna ask Ego's Army. Ego's Army, you guys are loyal, great listeners. Has anyone in here heard me say that Tank Davis and Devin Haney should not fight? Where out of my mouth, I said they should not fight next, or they should not fight in the future. Yeah, and then where he at though? Oh, hold on. You should be put, no, we're not listening. No, you answering the question. You see, look, he said he had me pressed. He said Ego was on the ropes. I immediately, I said, I'll answer any question you got from me, partner. I answered the question. And now he's switching to something else. So in the hot seat, because you're not going to be wasting everybody's time, you got one more attempt. Now I answered your question. Now you answer mine. When did I ever say that Tank and Devin shouldn't fight? When did I ever say that? My man Monk, he says, you literally started the convo by saying, quote, I want to see them fight, but the issue is the A-side stuff. But wait, there's more. Bro, where is he at? This is why I had to stop doing the hot seat, because everybody want to talk to boxing ego. Everybody want to talk to ego. And when they get in there, they freeze. They freeze. I am Mr. Freeze. So an actual listener, Monk 1, just told you something I did say. He said you opened this up and said, I want to see them fight. So where did this dude get me saying I'm making excuses and I don't want the fight? I didn't say you said that. I said you're not pushing for the fight like you were doing for Canelo. Bro, where's the same energy? Bro, now he's trying to switch it. Okay, let me ask you a question. Is David Benavidez Canelo's mandatory? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is David Benavidez Canelo's mandatory right now as the WBC interim champion? Is he Canelo's mandatory? These young boys can't beat me. Yes or no? Everybody answer the question, because he's going to stall, because this is what they do when I'm cooking them. Is David Benavidez, he says yes, so. Okay, so you're admitting David Benavidez is mandatory. Is Devin Haney Gervonta's mandatory? Yes or no? Watch how I cook. Is Devin Haney Gervonta's mandatory? Yes or no? I got a brand new question. He says no. So is Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis currently in the same weight class? Yes or no? No, he's deflecting to something else. Is Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis in the same weight class? Yes or no? I'm asking a simple question. You give me simple answers. Okay, everybody's answering for you because you're a little bit scared right now. No, they're not in the same. So why would you want me to frame anything, two completely different situations, and frame them in the same light when they're different fighters with different metrics? The fact is, Devin Haney is a champion in another weight class. He can't be nobody's mandatory, because if you knew boxing, you would know that champions don't get ranked. Wilder was not ranked as a WBC fighter when he was the champion. He's ranked now because he lost to Fury and he's beltless. That's how boxing works. Boop. They both fight at light welterweight. Man, get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. That was easy work. Stop sending me the easy work. Get him out of here, bro. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't said everything you said I had accounted for, and it was factual. It was facts-based. Get him out of here. Now he just switching this. Look, oh yeah, they're both light. So Gervonta's last fight was at 140. Okay. Who next? I promise you, I'm undefeated. Get him out of here. Block him. Get him out of here. Yeah. Bro, that was easy work. I thought he had some heat for me. Come on, give me some better work. Hold on. Like salute. Y'all gonna run my money up. Run my numbers up. Run my money up. Let's go. Ego is biased to Tank or anything TMT. Oh, hold on. Bro, block him too. No refunds. What's his name? Bro, you clout chasing and yeah, get him out of here. You paid all. I ain't even reading the rest of your super chat. I'm taking your money though. No refund. Give me some, bro. Give me some chili Fritos. My money, fat boy. My money. Bro, the man tried to solicit other channels. I don't got nothing to do with no other channel. This is my channel. The moment you solicit anybody, you're getting blocked. Hey, find him and block him. Complex persona. The fact that you have to solicit, if somebody's really popping on this YouTube, right? Then you don't have to solicit. People are just going to gravitate to them. Who next? Your boy Ego 2-0. I'm 2-0. Listen, I'm going to start saying my record each stream. I'm going to give you my record. So far I'm 2-0. I came in the game as a journeyman. I'm 2-0. I got 2 wins, no losses. Okay. I won. Who next? So first of all, that's the problem with boxing. Either you're listening and you can't comprehend, or you lie. You like Independence Day because July, that's a bar. Hold on. Listen. They say boxing Ego is the best in the business. Number 1 stunner, he fly. I said you like Independence Day because all you do is July. Like, bro, listen. I said July like Independence Day. That's all you do is lie. People say, oh, you said you don't want to see him fight. I ain't never said that, cuz. On Dead Homies, I ain't never said that. I ain't never said Tank don't fight Devin Haney. I ain't never said that on Dead Homies. Why would I say that? I make money in boxing. If it's a big fight, I make money. And y'all know that. Why would I say that? Why would I say that on Dead Homies? Listen, on Dead Homies, why I say for any 2 fighters that are a big fight, why would I say don't make the fight when I make money off it? And then the bigger the fight, the more money I'm going to make. Okay, Dead Homies. That don't even make sense. But again, on the internet, it appears you don't have to make sense. I ain't never said they don't need to fight. What I have said is you got clear A sides and B sides in most situations, if not all situations. As a result, the fight won't happen if the negotiations don't go smoothly and and people don't know their role. That's what I have said. But that's not Tank and Devin. That's any fight. Any fight. So when you guys, oh, hey, but you didn't say this with Canelo and Benavidez. Bro, Canelo and Benavidez, different situations. We talking about mandatory. That's a ranked person. God damn. Hold on. Benavidez is a ranked person. That's his mandatory. Canelo has to fight according to the rules. If the rules are followed, Canelo has to fight Benavidez. And here's the other thing. Bro, I told you, then I showed you. I'm the best in the business. They can't outthink me. They not smarter than me. I put that on anything. There's no one that's smarter than me. There's no one that's finna outsmart me in this. He's comparing Canelo Benavidez. Oh, why are you not keeping the same energy? Canelo Benavidez in the same weight class, though. Last time I checked. Tank and Devin ain't in the same weight class. So one fight, you have inherent differences. And in the other fight, you have totally different circumstance. So why would my commentary be the same for 2 totally different fights with 2 totally different circumstances? Boop. Benavidez is Canelo's mandatory, and they're in the same weight class. Devin is not Tank's mandatory, nor are they in the same weight class. You dig? So why would my commentary be the same no matter what? That's what you want. Y'all want me to be biased. Y'all want me to be corrupted and just go with it. I don't just go with it. Dead bodies the only thing that just go with it. Dead bodies in the river. They just go with the flow. I'm not a dead body. So if you're going to talk apples, then let's talk apples. You're going to talk oranges, talk oranges. Who the hell is David? I don't even know who David is. Let's keep going. Hey, get my lights up. Y'all got to get the likes up. We got to run that up ASAP. Bro, I told you my time is money. Y'all got to run that up. Dead homies. So again, if you're going to talk about something, the point I'm making is simple, and nobody's been able. I want somebody to back me off of my point by making more sense than me. It won't happen. I'm going to ask a question, and anybody that want it can get it. A sides in boxing historically has been a thing for the last 50 years, at least. Is that true or false? Is that cap or fact? A-sides historically throughout boxing has always been a thing. Is that cap or fact? We'll start there. See, this is the problem. People act like I'm reinventing the wheel, but I'm just showing you the wheel. I'm not reinventing, y'all reinventing the wheel, trying to change it and have Devin Haney in this equation be the A side to somebody he's the B side against. If that wasn't a conversation, then my opinion would differ, but it is. There's people that Devin Haney is the A side over, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, I'm going to ask the question again. Some people didn't hear it. Historically, since as long as you guys in the chat have been watching boxing, so we'll just say 50 years, you know, because I look at my demographic, it's pretty much probably 50 and under, you know, 50 and under. Any, like, you know what I mean? That's like pretty much the range. People who are 50 and under. So most people in this room right now are 50 and under, the majority. So in the last 50 years, has an A side in boxing always been a thing? Where the A side rules and the A side picks the gloves and the A side, you know, makes certain decisions in terms of the negotiating, blah, blah, blah. Has that always been a thing? As long as you've been watching boxing. See, people be mad at me because I don't break my back for nothing. You know what I mean? I'm consistent. My rules are consistent. That's called integrity. Some of y'all need to look that up in the dictionary or try to see if Amazon or Craigslist have that, because you lack that. I don't lack that. I was born in this world with integrity. I was born in this world with a voice, and I use it. My integrity doesn't change depending on the day of the week. Like, oh, it's a Wednesday. I'm going to not live by certain codes and tenets and virtues and values. Okay, so everybody is talking, yes, A-sides have always existed. So my question is, how does Devin Haney in this equation, how does he get to call the shots on Tank Davis saying we're fighting at this weight, no rehydration, no catch weight? Bear in mind, Tank hasn't requested, because they're not in negotiations. Tank hasn't said any of this, but the part that I disagree with is you're not in the position to stipulate and lay out the stipulations. When you're the B side. So I'm asking, why would it change now? If this boxing has worked like this the whole time, why would it change now? So if Julio Cesar Chavez was the man and he had certain terms for Oscar, he had to give in to those demands to become, he had to beat the man to become the man. That's what De La Hoya did. De La Hoya was then the man after great Arturo Gatti performances, after, you know, beating whoever, Mayorga, all the people he beat. He really beat Felix, Tito Trinidad, you know what I mean? Beat Chavez, and he was the man, right? Floyd had to beat him at his terms to become Money Mayweather. There wouldn't have been Money Mayweather if he didn't beat De La Hoya. Yeah, that Starbucks sandwich was good. So why does that change? All right, so Bill's here. He said the people dictate this side. I disagree with that then. Old is over, just like old media, the people have spoken. Then me and Bill disagree with her. I don't see it like that. I don't think the A side relevance has changed. I don't understand that. So that's to the Haneys or anybody else who believes that. I don't see it like that. Like Gervonta Davis set a record at the Barclays. That's a fact. He set a record at the Barclays for boxing attendance. So just forget that. And then the people. All right, Bill Haney, hold on. I'm gonna hit Bill Haney. He's gonna come on because we disagree. Hold on, because I'm not seeing that. I got you, Bill. All right, I just sent him the link. So we got to wait a second. Because somebody got to explain that to me. Bro, A-side has always been an A-side. It's always been a thing. So why does that change now? Somebody in the comment section, let me know. And see, here's the thing. The reason with the Bill saying, he said the people dictate. I don't think that, because the people, they're going to say whatever they want in the comment section. How's that dictate? Because realistically, the people are dictating who has the most popping fights. So if the people dictate, why is Tank doing these numbers? Somebody let me know that. If the people dictate, then why did Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis do 1.3 million? If times have changed and like people dictating, they're dictating what they spending their money on. Tank is the A side. It clearly shows your son did 50,000 pay-per-view buys. He says that number is not true, but here's the thing. He said the number's not true, but no number has come out. Eddie Hearn ain't done no. What is the number then? How could Eddie Hearn, from what I know about Eddie Hearn, if the number was like a great astronomical number, I truly believe that Eddie Hearn would be all over it reporting the number. I mean, anybody would do that. If you had like a smash hit, of course the number's going to come out. It's when the fight isn't a smash hit. That's when the numbers don't tend to be like released or whatever to the public. Oh, Bill, hold on, Bill. There he is.
Hey.
So bro, you got to explain this one to me because I don't see it that way.
Absolutely. But before I educate and before I explain.
Yeah, you gonna have to educate me on that because I don't see it, bro.
Let me. What ego? Listen. I've been in the game. You know what I mean? When Heck was a pup. And Heck is a grown dog now. You know what I mean? I was around in this business when you might have been flips. You dig what I'm saying? And working at Five Guys. You dig? So
I wasn't working at no Five Guys, but I feel you.
Right. Do you got time or do you got time?
Let's get into it.
Okay. The people dictated because the people bring the money. I showed up with $20 million that represents the people. This is the people's money. This ain't my money. This ain't guaranteed for me, and it ain't no guarantee for Devin. It's a guarantee that's coming from the people, by the people, for Mr. Gervonta Davis. Now, one thing is, I had a warrant out for Mr. Regis Prograis for a violation of all kind of things that he had said about us. We didn't have time to address Mr. Tank Davis, but we knew that a bounty would be put on his head, and it would be only Devin that would be willing to go get it. Now, it's really high. He stands. Now, for all the fat mouthing that he might think that Devin does and doesn't back up, of course, we thought that it might have been a bounty on his head on that side. You dig? We put we put a lot of pressure by holding that belt at 35 with that kid. We put a whole lot of pressure by stepping to Lomachenko, right, and fighting a dog fight because you guys said that we were going to run. We put a whole lot of pressure when me and you witnessed what they thought the unthinkable, that handicapping a fighter like Regis Prograis. And you saw the confidence of our team. You saw the way we walked around there and we strutted the whole fight while everybody else was scrambling and wondering. And we were putting together steins and letting everybody know that we had captured the Rougarou. Now, I never knew what a Rougarou was until he showed up with that mask on in front of our dear fans. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if he had spooked them out or what did he do, but he rallied them in a way that, hey, listen, bro, was people all over the rafters and everywhere. Was the place a sellout?
It was cracking.
Okay,
Facts.
ain't no diggy, ain't no doubt. So let me just tell you. Now, because Regis Prograis was a guy that nobody wanted to have nothing to do with. You dig what I'm saying? A young brother out of that New Orleans.
I don't know about that, though.
Huh?
I think at one point, but he was coming off the bad performance. You see?
I don't care. I don't care if he come off of whatever.
I still give y'all credit,
because guess what? Hey, listen. Because guess what? According to y'all, we had got hit with several left hands, and we never fight nobody that has a left hand. And not only did he have a left hand, that was the only knockout punch that he had. So of course we came in and saying this would be a great opportunity for us to show how talented Devin is if he goes against the one fighter that has knocked out 20-something people with his left hand. You question the left hand, you, Ego, and the rest of the world, as you should have, because the whole game plan was Lomachenko to throw the left hand and to throw it, and never would he once stop Dev, because he's never stopped anyone with a straight left. But I had to go against Papachenko and the great, shout out to the great Papachenko team, because you know what I knew that they were going to do? I knew they were going to prepare for the best jab in the business. They were going to counter the jab. They were going to slip the jab. They were going to do amazingly things that I knew that they were going to do. But I had to outthink Papachenko. I said, guess what I'm going to do? Instead of the jab, I'm going to give him the jab. And he's going to think that he's stopping us with the jab, and before he realizes, we're going to be beating him with the right hand to his body, and we're going to be slipping with that right hand, that big right hand. Guess what? Ran into a little bit of...
I don't know what happened. I don't know. We lost him, but I'll bring him back if he comes back on. But here's my thing. If he's welcome to come back on. Oh, hold on. He back. Go back. But Bill, knowing the Loma fight already happened, we moved on from that. Regis, your son looked sharp and sensational versus Regis Prograis, and I was there. We're talking about the Gervonta Davis stuff. That's the only thing we disagree with. I didn't disagree with the Loma. It was a close fight. Your son edged it. I didn't disagree with. He just went off. He just went off again. I don't know. But, I mean, he got the link. But here's my thing. I didn't disagree. Like, I wasn't mad at the Lomachenko. I thought that was a close fight. Devin edged it, and we moved on. I wasn't the one making videos saying, oh, Hold on, he back.
Yes.
Okay. So Lomachenko was a close fight. Your son edged it. Regis, your son looked sharp.
No. Excuse me. Because you cannot, because a person of your, and I need you, Ego, and I love the platform, and I love that you do not go for any nonsense, but I need you to systematically break down to the people that when the lights cut on, like Floyd says, when they cut on What are you going to do? Are you going to be a gym fighter or are you going to be a real fighter? Now, Ego, I want you to tell the people how a young fighter goes in and outthinks the great Lomachenko with a game plan that's not the game plan that the world has got a chance to see. And guess what? They're questioning, does he have a jab? And does he have, something he took the jab. He comes back against the Rougarou and shows that he has the best jab in the business. And listen, and drops him with a double right. You dig what I'm saying? So when I say that, I say,
we don't disagree there. He beat Regis up
viciously. Listen, but what I'm saying is, when you take a 140 pounder and you do that, and I'm saying this, it's not fair that you don't give him credit and to say that he took on in a climate where they say that 2 black fighters don't sell, right? That Devin went and sold the roof.
But I feel old media be talking that, yeah.
He sold the roof off the motherfucker, roof off, huh? Right? He did it.
It was
right?
popping, yeah.
He had the engagement. He had the engagement that was out of the world, that the content creators was making money.
Yeah, the build-up was great. Everything was great.
Because they were making post-fight. Post-fight, they made money as well. So listen, what I'm saying is, no longer is the spook by the door the guy that, listen, that's going to come on. Listen, let me tell you, that's going to come on and say, hey, did you hear that 50,000, man, spread the picture? And then it's going to be platforms like this that's going to be able to come on and say 50,000. No, you ain't. Because listen, the numbers are still being added up because they're being added up all over the world. So accounting hasn't even dropped the numbers, but we anticipate the numbers to be a little bit better than what Lomachenko then did. But guess what? You can't. I say to the guy, bet $50,000 that he cannot find a number pay-per-view anywhere, right? That has been released. I said bet 50. And listen, just for me and you, we're going to put 5 on the side because we're going to put 5 on it. I got 5,000 for you that you can't get in touch with him and find the number in 24 hours. Ego.
Okay, so here's the counter.
No, the great Ego Damas. I need Ego Damas.
Let me say my piece. Okay, people put out numbers that Dev.
Am I going to win the 50,000 or not?
Hold on, but people put it out that the
lying.
numbers were 200.
I bet he's lying.
Before Leonard Ellerbe.
I bet the gentleman.
So how are those numbers acceptable?
I bet that Leonard Ellerbe is lying, and I bet 55,000. 50 go to him, then I'm gonna go to charity because I don't bet. 5 is gonna go to you. I'm gonna win it from you, and I'm gonna give it back to you just because you know what I mean? You're my man from the soil. You dig what I'm saying? But we gotta listen, what you have to do is you have to pull out the Swami, and you have to say, listen, I see this happening in a way that in 24 hours, niggas ain't gonna have shit. But listen, they're gonna have a story that they ran, and guess what? You have great platforms like this, right? That a person can come on and address it, and not confess to it, but address it. Call Meathead and tell Meathead to come on because he's passing some bullshit. And you can have Rick Glazer, you can ask whoever, because I'm here for it. Y'all don't have no numbers nowhere to say y'all reported fake news. You didn't. You just reporting what they was reporting fake. And the wrong people got a hold of it. Because guess what? Thank you for you letting me come on here and address the people.
I mean, even if we disagree, we always, we can always chop it up and talk about it. But here's the thing. People put out numbers that the fight with Regis did over 200,000 and nobody denounced them.
I can only just Meathead, man, because Meathead been doing it for quite some time. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm gonna Meathead, and I'm going to say that any other number that you've heard, that's especially not 50, and only thing that would be with this, the great Ego Ostradamus, is the fact that listen. Let me just tell you, the fact of is that we're all basing it on engagement of the fight, and we do not believe that we're going to accept that you, I, Blue, and the Zone, that we all didn't do a great time when it comes to get our check. Because see, if you looked at it and you said when it came on the 22nd with YouTube that you weren't going to get something for all the work that that you put into that fight and the engagement, well, it's the same, works the same way with these pay-per-views. The pay-per-views aren't in, but they're in. We hear a lot of projecting, and listen, rightfully so. And certain
But
numbers.
why not come out with the real? Why not come out with whatever number that is at them? Or Eddie Hearn.
And you know what I asked it? I said, listen, because before I talk myself out of business, because it's so hard to talk yourself into somebody's business, let alone having some business of your own. So I'm very careful. And I said, well, since everyone is looking, I said, now Canelo did some numbers over there and he did some pay-per-view and he did some shit. What is his numbers? Do you know what those are, Ego?
I have an idea, but I mean, what fight? It depends what fight. What are you talking? Triple G3?
Any one of them. Do you know any of the numbers?
They never really come out. DAZN really keep that in-house.
Okay, so listen, I'm going to shut my motherfucking mouth and wait on my check to come in before I start checking about some false numbers and some fake numbers. I haven't gotten any. You dig?
So
wait a minute. I haven't even gotten paid yet. What the fuck do it mean? The numbers. What are the numbers? I don't know what the numbers is yet anyway, but I'm thinking they good as a motherfucker. Fathead, Meathead said 50,000. I was like, where did he get that at?
Is your son the A side over Gervonta Davis, in your opinion?
No, I don't believe that he's the A side. I believe that Devin has done everything that he can do, and he continues to do what the people ask him to do. And like I say, go back to the money. You don't discredit. Listen, I don't discredit. We got the money. We got the money on the table because of him and because of Devin. It's because of two. But this is what I do say is that you guys don't give Ryan Garcia and his team and Golden Boy Promotions enough credit in the sense of that they were the promoters on that. They were the guy. They were the engine that was driving that as well. So when you talk about them outside of that, he was doing 200s that they say that they were saying.
I mean, having a good dance partner, having a great dance partner, your numbers always going to go up.
Take that off the table. If you take that off the table, the Golden Boy Promotion will see it. Then every other number is 200, my friend.
But like I said, I don't doubt Devin's journey's been a beast. He went to Australia, took the risk, fought Lomachenko, took a risk there. You guys wiggle. I told you that to your face. I said, you guys, know how to wiggle. You from the Bay Area, you know how to wiggle. You did the top rank deal when it was advantageous. You worked with Eddie Hearn, went back. So we don't disagree with any of that. The Regis Prograde, your son got off, not an issue.
One second. I'm from the town. The wiggle is for them other niggas that wiggle. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a boss, certified boss, because you know it. You right there from the town, but I don't push that part around. You dig? I'm saying I want the world to be a beautiful place, reunited in partnership and family and stuff. I represent, you know what I mean? I'm doing the right thing, and that's what I said is addressing the best fighter in the world right now, the guy with the most skill. When we want to just talk boxing, we talk from a skill position. We say the best jab, the best feet, defense, exceptional ring IQ, journalship, inside, outside, can do it all, and what I would like is, because I have so much respect for I have so much respect for your channel, and I said respect is earned and not given in these boxing streets. And I'm just saying this, as we make this journey, so will our relationship, and so will your respect for what we doing. You know what I mean?
I definitely respect the mission. Like I said, even if there's little aspects where we don't see eye to eye, you have your son over Terrence Crawford, over Haney, over everybody, pound for pound.
Absolutely.
Okay. Fair.
Listen, absolutely. Based on what he's done at the age, right? The sacrifices, what he's done for boxing. Yeah.
Okay. My question then comes to the whole Gervonta Davis and your son is obviously a big fight of boxing. If Tank is the A side, I think we lost him. I don't know.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. If Tank is the A side, then how can Devin Haney say 140, no rehydration, no catch weight before you've even gotten to negotiations? Isn't that a potential stumbling block? Tank himself hasn't said he needs a catch weight. He hasn't said he needs a rehydration, but to put a limit on it and say, no, that's not happening before the negotiation. How does that happen? That's what we disagree with.
You know what? I love that you got to jump out there for him. You know, oh shit.
No, it's not jumping out there for him. Devin said
no. Listen, because the one thing that you just said, the one thing that you said is, and we say they say everything except let's fight. I mean, you got guys turning into lawyers, politicians. I mean, listen, you got them turned into everything, right? Other than just sitting back and letting the fight happen on the terms that the fight should happen on. And that's only you guys, because the rest of the world casuals never understand no hydration and no for a side, no, none of that shit. They want to see the fight. And you always say pushing this boxing shit forward is the reason why we pulled up on him in the first place. We pulled up on Lomachenko because he had pulled up on Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? We pulled up on Regis because Regis was talking shit to everybody. Nobody gave Regis
and
a
he
shot.
handled that.
Yeah, nobody. Listen, why Tank didn't fight Regis then? He wanted to fight him. He didn't want. It wasn't that he didn't want to fight him.
But I got a question. Then here's my.
Okay, huh? So why didn't he fight Regis?
Hold on. Bill,
why didn't he fight Regis for Hector Garcia?
I gotta say this though. If the A side and all that stuff should be put on the back burner, you guys offered 75 to 25 to Shakur Stevenson. So that was to me, Devin flexing A side power.
No, I didn't say no A side or B side. What I said was that the people have spoken in terms of they don't want to see or hear how a weight drained Ryan Garcia or a weight drained Mario Barrios. If you guys want to keep doing that, then by all means, carry on, my nigga. Listen, that's where we get off at. We're not part of that. If you want to keep doing that, then carry on, my nigga. And act like that you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about in this era. But this is the Devin Haney era, and it's an era of principle and an era of standing up. He's 5 years older. Motherfucker, you should have been okay with it, right? He damn near 30 years old. I mean, y'all said he's so, now it becomes a matter of weight. It becomes a matter of all this other shit. My nigga Ego, listen, you guys have a great night and enjoy. Listen, he had 20 million that was on the table for a world championship at 140. But Reggie Davis has some other acting to do. Can you please give a voice that goes along with a particular movie that might fit for Reggie Davis and everything and the circus act that might continue on? May it continue on, but remember, it's not going to the history books, because I'll tell you why. Tell me how much money Jack Dempsey made. Tell me how much money Sam Langford made. Tell me how much money Joe Louis made. Tell me how much money did I say Jack Johnson? Did I say
I mean, but that's like the 1900s. That's
money don't listen. So y'all, guess what? Sit on the money, and we going for the legacy, baby. We going to, listen, the Mount Rushmore of boxing, baby. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, where the greats are. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, because this is the sports capital of the world. Don't never get it twisted that the legendary Gary Payton that came out of there, Jason Kidd that came out of there, Andre Ward. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, J.R. Ryder. I mean, listen, you know the names. Devin Haney on the list, and we representing, and it's just like that. And I didn't take that from my good friends over there, Wallow. Shout out to him as well. But Ego, I'm fired up. Give me something, baby. Give me something. Bro, I ain't going nowhere.
Bro, I know you fired up, but my thing is this: your son is the A side versus certain people. Like when he was undisputed, you offered 25 to Shakur.
I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the millions that's on the plate. Because listen, one thing about you and you being a guy out of that California, East Oakland, North Oakland, West Oakland, I came with M's. Hey, baby, do we got the millions back there? Yeah, because that's what these niggas don't understand. We got the millions. Listen, we got the millions. Now, do you understand it like that? Or do we got to show it on Cash App? I don't know what way we need to do.
No, I know.
Millions. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4.
But Golden Boy said Ryan made 30 million in his last fight with Tank.
I didn't say what's going to happen and how much you're going to make. I said a guarantee, baby. I said it's bigger than any guarantee.
20 million guarantee.
Then you didn't ever heard about Ego. Say it one more time before I can. Ego, because
Ego Stradamus. Yes,
Ego
yes. Ego.
Nostradamus. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think you and T.O. Senior was trying to take it for a minute. Y'all was struggling. It was a tug of war. You dig? But Ego Nostradamus. Listen. What else are we
20
supposed
million
to do?
guaranteed. Tank Davis. 40. That's what you want.
What would you go in your and Ego Nostradamus to make it happen? What you say? Do?
I mean, it's a negotiation. You guys got to sit at the table, but everybody got to be open-minded.
You got to sit at the table and then do what?
And then negotiate, go back and forth, see what each side needs.
What's your first pitch? Ego, because you want to do it because it's going to work because you know it. So what's the first pitch? What do you say?
I mean, but that's what negotiations are for. You pitch whatever, the person doesn't like it.
Yeah, well, guess
then
what?
they say,
Guess
hey,
what? Thank God for my position and being able to be with Devin Haney and have a great team over here, and then we have a great relationship, I should say, working relationship with several other promoters and networks, and it's just a good time. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm making myself available to you to call me at any given time. At any given time, you know what I mean? I think I wanted to clear up some things from our perspective, and you are entitled to feel the way that you feel. I mean, it's no tug of war with the way a person feels. Thank you for being on the platform. Let me come on and
I appreciate you for dropping in.
You see what I'm saying? Because you mean something. You mean something to the culture. You mean something around there. You know what I mean? And keep doing what you're doing, brother. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, respect.
Yeah, it's definitely no disrespect. I like the way you and your son are moving, but there's a couple things that I don't see eye to eye with you guys on.
But
that's it.
But listen, all respect to your platform. You can't bring nobody on to go along with you, but you can get a guy like me to come on and refute the statement. So that should go. That should go along. That should go a long way.
Real for dropping in. No, you always speak your mind. You always tap in.
Hey, that should go a long way. Because I know.
No, I can't. That's real. You pop up. You make yourself available.
Absolutely, and not even just make myself available to just the naysayers, not just people that support us. Everybody said, I always say, shout out to the LDBC, New Media, Aki, Blue Blood, and all the people that cover it. But you guys seem to cover Rick Glacier's news. You cover Leonard Ellaby's news as gospel, and then say that when I say to you, and I come on here and I say, well, look, bro, I'm available, and I'm available to the people to ask, where did I get the news from, and how do I, and all that. You're reporting some news, and you can't even get Rick Glacier or the guy to come on here and say where they got it from. And I told you, I bet 55,000. So you should change the title and say, you know what you should say? The next title should be, Them niggas is lying. Hey, listen. You have a good night, and I'm on speed dial at any time. I tell you, you don't have to worry about finding me on no handles. You'll find me on your ass when a motherfucker say the wrong thing about Devin the Dream Haney, the best fighter in the world.
Is Devin a free agent?
He's never been a free agent. He's always a boss signed to himself, and always willing to let his company, another company, for his services.
All right.
Hey, it's the American way. I didn't make up the rules. We just follow them.
Bet.
Blessings, King.
Well, that was Bill Haney. He tapped in. Congratulations on his son's performance with Regis Program. You guys, let me know what you think of everything that was discussed. I couldn't even, I couldn't even say all the stuff and all the questions that I had. But, it is what it is. My biggest thing is regarding the A side, Tank is that dude. Like, the numbers are speaking for itself. That's my honest opinion. Block Savage Killer. You ain't a savage to me. Bro, listen, my thing is this. I like to give people the opportunity on my platform to talk, say their piece, because I'm always going to say my piece. It don't have to be a bunch of disrespect. I've known the Haneys for years, watched the Haneys. I'm messing with the movement, but I also have great relationships. Listen, the thing is with me, I don't have no bad relationships in boxing. I don't have no bad. I'm good with everyone. I'm good with Tank. You know, I don't have no issues with none of them. I like what they're doing. Shakur, everybody's good. But on my platform, you know, I'm gonna run it how I see fit. But my thing is this: Tank Davis, I truly believe he's the A side in this equation. And with that being said, I don't know if you could really dictate the terms to him. So that is a potential roadblock, a potential stumbling block. Period. And it's before the negotiations even happen. Ego simply asked him, how are you dictating terms to the A side? And he never answered. Sura said facts. Definitely is the A side. That's the only thing. See, the thing is, Bill was talking about the Loma fight. I ain't mad at the outcome with the Loma fight. You ain't seen me on my channels crying for Lomachenko. He was the one crying. I wasn't the one crying. Regis Prograis, I was live. I tell you, the venue, it looked packed. There was a lot of people in there. The Bay Area showed up and showed out. I had no problem with that. Devin's performance versus Regis, he beat him down. All the Rougarou and Werewolf, that stuff was out the window. And you got to give credit to Devin Haney for that, because before the fight, some of y'all was saying that Regis was going to knock out Devin. So me and Bill, we see eye to eye there. But in the future, when it's talking about Tank, the only thing I've disagreed with people, and like I said, I got great relationships. Bill, he tapped in, whether he agrees or disagrees, he tapped in with me. It don't have to be a bunch of disrespect and name calling and all that type of stuff. He said his own piece, whether we agree or not, you get both sides. How can I not be the best in the business? Ego Stradamus. You see what I'm saying? That's just what I see. But when we're talking about Tank versus Devin, I definitely see an obstacle if there's two massive egos involved, no pun intended. That's why I said I'm not holding my breath for that fight. I'm not holding my breath for that fight because I don't think it happens next because of the politics. And if Team Haney is almost moving like the A side and Devin, you know, he's conquering what he's conquering, Tank Davis, he's not going to go for that. Leonard Ellerby, Tank's team, they're not going to go to the B side. And what I'm saying is in boxing, it's never worked like that. Bill's saying like it's a new day, a new time. We disagree there. We disagree there. Because Bill said basically the market and the people dictate. People complain. I've been in this game, bro. People, like right now, people are going to complain, I don't want to see Pitbull, Cruz, and Tank. But I don't know if that's his next fight. If it is his next fight, guess what? I guarantee you it's going to be packed. It's going to be a crazy live gate, despite all the people hate. We've seen it with Floyd Mayweather too. People always talked about, I'm never watching a Floyd fight again. He's a runner. He's boring. Floyd Mayweather, he only sold because of his opponents. They kept saying that, but each time out, Floyd Mayweather did great business and great numbers each time. Oh, I don't want to watch Floyd. Like Floyd versus Berto, the numbers are like 450 to 550. And people said they didn't want to see the fight. That was the same year he fought Manny Pacquiao. So, you know, difference of opinion there. Bill's saying his piece. He's saying like, yo, we the new face of boxing and stuff like that. But I think it takes years to get it. And I'm not saying Tank will always be the face of boxing. I'm not saying that there's nothing that Devin Haney can do, because he, like, career-wise, Devin is taking risks. He's moving in the right direction. But it takes the right moves for you to fully become that. Val says, great show, Ego. And the funny thing is, people get mad at me when I'm saying it, when I'm pitching it like this. They're like, oh, what do you mean? It's just about the fights. But that's not how business works. It's easy to just disregard the rules. It's easy to just say, oh, who cares about all that? Just make the fight. That's what people on Twitter. That's why I don't really look to boxing Twitter for knowledge in boxing, because it's a random truck driver, random person who doesn't have a business, don't make money in the business of boxing, and they saying F all that, just make the fight. That's not gonna get it done, bro, at all. Anything regarding business, things have to be discussed, and there's like rules of engagement, if you will, period. So that's how I see it. And I see that being it's like y'all gotta chill. Like some people, oh man, you're preventing the fight. I'm not even involved in making the fight. How am I preventing the fight? Devin and Tank. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all be in the comment section just saying whatever sounding stupid. They be like, oh, Ego, you're blocking the fight. How do I block the fight? I'm not putting up the money for the fight. That don't even make sense. You have to have like a leg in to block the fight. Me making a YouTube video with my opinion is not making or breaking the fight. What it's going to take is the teams to sit there, negotiate, put up the pot, get the venue, glove size, ring size, weight. How I block it? Oh, Ego, you're making excuses for Tank to how I make an excuse for Tank. If they do fight, I'm gonna make money. Listen, put it this way. If they fight, I'm gonna make money. If they don't fight, I'm gonna make money. It's boxing. There'll be something for me to talk about, and I'm gonna continue doing that. Period. But I just feel like a lot of people, like, I'm not a yes man. I'm not here to just tell fans a bunch of biased bulls. Whether people listen, whether people like it, whether people don't like it, whether they respect it, whether they hate the platform. If you hate my platform, you gonna hate me for being the real me. That's the only way I know. So if you hate me, you hate the real me. You don't hate a sold out version of me. You don't hate a version of me that's corrupt. You hate the real me. And I'm not going to go against, I didn't come in the game like tucking my tail and not having an opinion. So I'm not going to do it now. And here's the thing too, with this is the thing. I didn't get to ask Bill because I didn't get a chance to get all my questions, but I'm trying to give him, let him say his piece and get off his chest what he needs to. But now that we back at it, here's the question. Here's the question I have. People pick and choose in the sport of boxing. Me, if I have a rule, it's the rule for everybody. Like, you don't tell me the speed limit is 65 miles per hour, but it's only if you black, you got to drive six. No, everybody needs to drive 65 miles per hour. That's how I get down. It's called integrity. And if people can't respect integrity, then you don't really respect yourself and you don't respect my channel. So I don't care if you're here or not, because I keep it consistent. I'm fair, but I'm firm. Rest in peace to Mills Lane. So here's the thing. Devin is the A side versus other people not named Gervonta Davis, right? So Devin, I think in certain instances, he's flexed his A side leverage. Like Shakur Stevenson. Devin was the man at 135, and he had all the belts. And he took the risk fighting Cambosis, who had just beaten Teofimo Lopez, right? So we give him props for that. So in that equation, Devin was the lightweight with all the hardware. He was the lightweight that put in all this work and had the belts, and his career was further along in terms of accolades and milestones than Shakur. That's why he offered him 25%. So you see, I'm keeping it consistent because this is what people do. This is what people do. They say, oh, I'm unbiased. They say, oh, I'm objective. Everybody wants to be fair until it's time to be fair. People say they're objective, but then they only look at things one way. That doesn't make sense to me. And it never has, and it never will. So, for example, Shakur Stevenson got offered 25%. You have people who said, oh, Shakur should have took it for the opportunity. He's in no position to dictate to the lightweight, undisputed Devin Haney. He don't have that carte blanche, if you will, to dictate what happens. Devin put in the work, went to Australia twice, went against all odds, collected all the straps. So as a result, he's saying he needed to take the 25%. But then now you have the same people that said Shakur should have took the 25% because he was the clear B-side because he had no belts and Devin was undisputed, right? The same people who said that are now saying that Tank should get rid of all of his A-side leverage and Devin Haney gets to call the shots. Make that make sense? Like in terms of weight, no rehydration clause, no whatever, catch weight. That's their opinion. Like the Haneys, their opinion is we doing it old school, we're throwback, and these are our terms. But what I'm telling you is if that's the case, and it's not just me telling you, Leonard Ellerby is on Twitter and he's saying the same thing. And he's worked with Tank his whole career. So that's why I told you I'm not holding my breath for the fight to happen. I think Devin Haney, he's either going to fight at 40, maybe against his mandatory Sandor Martin, which is a good fight. I don't have a problem with that fight. 47, he got some options there. I don't know. I don't know exactly what his next fight will be. But for me, you can't have it both ways. You can't say Shakur should have took 25%. He a B-side, play the role of B-side. But then in the equation where the only person probably that's the A-side over Devin, which is Tank. And I asked Bill directly, do you think you're the A-side over Tank Davis, right? And he said no. So how can you have it both ways? You see what I'm saying? How when Devin is the man with the belts and the hardware, he's the A-side, he can offer 25%. Or he can like flex on somebody and say, you don't make no money, you the B-side. But then when Tank is the A-side over him, then you say, no, who cares about all that A-side talk? Explain that. Somebody, please let me know in the chat. Because I don't need to just hear myself talk. I already know what I'm thinking. Anybody who disagrees, let me know right now. Explain how that works. Double standards? Okay. I'm looking, see, this is what happens. When I speak, I know what I'm saying and I do it well. People say they disagree with what I'm saying, but then when I put it out there and then I leave the floor open, nobody wants to speak up. Now you sound like a Devin hater. Block him. I ask a question, so I sound like a Devin hater. Block him. Get him out of here. Mr. Octopus. Gotta go, gotta go. Bro, boxing is like one big high school. I've dealt with the Haneys. Devin was like 15, 16 when I first probably started dealing with the Haneys or whatever. That doesn't mean I have to see eye to eye. Like, what type of men are y'all in the comment section, or women or adults? What type of adult men are you where because you like somebody, because you're cool with somebody, because of X, Y, and Z, then that means you have to see eye to eye with every single aspect. Most of Devin's career, I don't have any gripe. I have no beef. Him fighting Lomachenko, the way he's moving, his outgrew the division, moved up. I don't have no problem with none of those things. But when it comes to this A-side talk, there's aspects where I definitely disagree. You see what I'm saying? But some of you guys are so cowardly and square or paid off or fanboys or favorites where you have to agree with every single thing. Like, I don't even do that to my family. Like, this is my blood. If my brother did some bull, if my sister did some bull, then I would speak on it. That's who I am as a person. Like I said, they don't have integrity for sale, right? And the same goes for my family and my inner circle, my real inner circle. When it comes to me, if I'm on some bull, my people going, I don't need a bunch of yes men. I don't want a bunch of yes men. I don't want a bunch of people saying, oh, Ego, you a YouTuber and you made this wave for yourself. You're doing well. So everything you say is gospel. Everything you say is gold. I don't want that. But apparently that's what people want in boxing. That's why I say boxing is like one big high school. I mess around, went to Devin's last fights, watched him sparring before, covered his fight, interviewed him before. But then there's one thing that we don't agree with after many, many years of pure, unbiased coverage. And then now y'all in the comment section, oh, you're a Devin hater. Man, y'all trash. Y'all trash. Y'all clowns. Don't watch me. That's the only thing I can tell you. So let me get this straight. I can cover a fighter for 10 plus years and not have any issue. And when I'm saying good things because they're doing great things, is all Gucci. We have one disagreement in 10 years. Now I'm a Terrence Crawford hater. I'm a Devin Haney hater. I hate Canelo and all this. Bro, I don't even operate like that. I don't got no ill will towards none of these people. I'm doing my job. You don't like it, you don't like me. Scram. It's that simple. But for the people in boxing who claim to be like, oh, I'm gonna keep it real. When I say I'm real and the best in the business, believe it. And here's the thing. Being real has no limits. If I'm ever right, if I'm ever wrong, it don't matter. Right or wrong doesn't matter. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna speak my mind. Whether everybody in the chat hates me for it, that's what you're gonna get. Then I'll just be Tom Hanks and Castaway. Everybody versus ego. And I'm good with that. If everyone loves what I'm saying, I'm good with that too. When you a true samurai, bro, I'm the new Musashi. I'm the Musashi of boxing. I'm Miyamoto Musashi, right? If I'd rather be hated for what I truly am and who I am than to be loved for being fake. So if I agree with this, if I disagree with this, I'm telling you my truest thoughts. Y'all want commentary where it's pro fighter, pro fighter, pro fighter, pro fighter, pro fighter. That fighter's the enemy. That fighter's the enemy. That fight. I don't give commentary like that. That is not in my arrangement. You see what I'm saying? There's things that Devin Haney does that's amazing. But then there's aspects where I would change it or I don't see eye to eye with that. There's things that Tank does that's great. Things that Tank does, okay, I don't agree with that. Like Tank be deleting his posts. I don't even understand that. Why even take the time to put something out? But that's just me. So like I said, hey, shooters, get rid of him. Whoever the rat is, I don't care. I don't care what they talking about. Just block the rat, bro. Nah, because he it's the tweets, it'd be like random stuff that gets taken down. So that don't really make sense to me. It's not just controversial tweets that are being taken down. Bill is promoting, that's all. I mean, I don't got no problem with that. See, here's the thing. Bill Haney, he's not a YouTuber at the moment. You know what I mean? He loves his son. So of course he's gonna ride with his son through thick and thin. I'm not even mad at that. But I'm just saying for boxing's perspective in terms of like what's going on, like A-side has always existed. That's just what it is, bro. The A-side has always It's always been a thing. So why would it stop now? Like, and for me, if Devin said on TBV, no catch weight, no rehydration clause, and we would fight at my preferred weight that I just moved up to, and I rehydrated 25 pounds. So for me, I don't really understand that angle, because by doing that, you haven't even gotten negotiations with Tank, and you've already set 3 terms that could be. I'm not saying that they will be or they are, but you've already set 3 major terms and sticking points that you say you're not willing to budge from. Then that's not much of a negotiation. Okay, put it this way. Ego, you rely on facts. They seem to rely on fanboyism. There we go. Shout out to Sura. Put it this way. I'm going to say it like this. Put it this way. If I go to a job interview and I need the job and I want to start the job and all that, and they say, you just passed your 3rd interview, we would like to hire you. I cut them off right there and say, hey, I ain't working nights and I ain't working weekends and I need vacation for 2 weeks in the summer. That's not going to make them want to hire me, because I haven't even got my foot in the door at the job and I'm already requesting vacation time. I haven't got my foot in the door and I'm already telling I won't work on the weekends. Saturdays, Sundays are for me, and I'm not working any nights. Why would the job hire me if I've already set these big terms, which could, at a regular job, it could be make or break? How do you not understand that? So that's the equivalent of Devin Haney saying 140, which Tank has only fought there once. You're fighting at my weight class, 140, no rehydration, no catch weight. These are things that need to be discussed in any boxing negotiation. Weight, who gets what, and that's not even including the money, which is a huge issue, right? But if you already set these 3 terms, like, that's why I told you I'm not holding no breath that this fight will even happen. Because if you're already setting no nights and weekends, I need vacate. I mean, you might not get hired then. And then people, they get mad at me for keeping it real and saying that. You better rewind. Jared, how you going to come late and then be like, where Bill Haney at? He was already on here and off. Rewind it if you want to hear what was stated. He talking about where Bill Haney at. Like I lied. Bill Slam. That's why you deleted your tweet, bro. That don't make sense to me, bro. At the end of the day, negotiations have to take place. Business is business. And then if you come into the business and you have like all these prerequisites, you know what I'm saying? That's going to turn away some business. And then like the other aspect is like you have all these things, but historically as the B side, how do you have all that? You know what I mean? Block commerce crypto. Y'all be in here with burner accounts. That's what's up. Block commerce crypto. You notice nobody will ever answer the questions. They'll never answer the questions that I'm asking. People will jump out the window, go run to the top of buildings and scream like Rocky Balboa, or climb mountains and scream, ego sucks and ego ain't this, but they never answer the question. They'll never prove me wrong, but they say I'm wrong. So you guys as fans, you determine what side or what you believe in. Do you believe in the person that no one can prove wrong, or do you believe in some randoms that say, oh, you're wrong, you're stupid, and a bunch of name calling? Bill Haney don't got enough money. Somebody said Bill overtalked you so you couldn't ask a question. What does that say? It said Bill, hold on. Bill overtalked you so you couldn't ask a question. That was a control the narrative tactic. Listen, like regardless, I'm gonna say my piece. He said his piece. It is what it is. But like I said, the fact remains, when I'm asking questions, no one is proving me wrong. When I say A-side has always existed in boxing, it's not wrong. And here's the thing, like I really need the fans to do better, because you got shapeshifters and old media, and they're claiming that they're fair and objective, and they're calling it, but somehow, some way, they only see things one way. So that's literally the opposite of being unbiased. How are you? Okay, here's like, this is the type of person that I am. I'm gonna tell you, this is the type of person I am. If I have an opinion and then somebody says something that is a great point that refutes my opinion that you have to consider, then yeah, that's how you would shape my opinion, right? So I'm posing questions that no one seems to be answering, and then people are still saying, oh, you're protecting Tank and all this other goofy stuff because y'all treat this like high school. You know what I mean? That's not making sense. So it's like, imagine if you were a detective, right? And you're trying to solve who murdered John Doe. You're trying to solve the crime, and then somebody comes into the police station and they're like, yo, excuse me, officer, I can help and assist with your investigation. I know who shot John Doe. And you're like, yeah, who cares? Get out of here. You're lying. You didn't even listen to what they had to say. So you don't really want to solve the crime. You get me? How can you say you want to solve the crime if a person shows you evidence and receipts and says, I have the missing link, I was there that night, I know what happened, and then you shoo them away? Then you don't, that means you a dirty cop or something. You want the crime unsolved because someone's trying to show your goofy the way, and then you just saying, oh no, it can't be that, and just believe in what you believe to begin with. Then you didn't really care to solve the crime, and that's fine, but then don't act like you want to solve the crime. Like, if you have blind allegiance to any fighter where evidence comes out against this or that, or this is put and framed in a certain way, and then you say, I don't care about all this evidence and all these receipts, you know what I mean? This is what I'm rocking with. Again, that's fine, but you a fan. You are a fanboy. That's what that means. Because you don't care about the truth. Like, if you're like, let's say you're Devin Haney's clique or something, and you're just part of the clique, yeah, you're gonna ride with Devin Haney no matter what. You don't care. He can't do no wrong. Cool. But to be making like YouTube videos, it would be disingenuous for me if I can't control my emotions and I can't look at situations objectively. Then I wouldn't be the best in the business, right? So if I'm a part of a clique, me personally, I just really wouldn't speak on, like, if I'm so connected to like a situation where I felt I couldn't speak my mind, then I'll probably just say less. You dig? I'll probably just say less because now I'm too close to the situation. You know what I mean? But the thing in boxing is you have people paid off by promoters or whatever the case is. They have their favorites, and it forces them to not be able to look at boxing with a clear set of lenses. And that don't make sense to me. I don't got like I said, I don't have no issue, no outstanding issues in boxing. But at the same time, I have an opinion. People are going to agree, hate it, not like it, not answer my question. I mean, it's whatever. It's good. Whatever it is good. But it trips me out that people are claiming that, oh, I'm so fair. You're not fair then. You're looking at things one way, despite people bringing up counter arguments that make a lot of sense, then how are you being fair? My man Hidden Sage said, I've been watching Ego since 2017. My boy definitely the best. I try to tell y'all. Hey, get my likes up. I try to tell y'all. So that's my thing. Just say what it is. If somebody can do no wrong and they're above criticism in your eyes, say that. Say, I don't care. I'm rocking with them. So at least we know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a person being gay almost. Like, just say, you know, it's gay. Being gay is accepted in today's society as well. So, you know, come out the closet. Come out the closet with it and just reveal who you really are. That, you know, ain't no big no, you know, ain't no big deal. So, like I said, if you're so blinded by any fighter, like you're so, I'm so blinded by one fighter that no other perspective will be accepted, just say that. Say, like, I don't care. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm still gonna feel this way. But don't come up here and be like, oh, Boxing Ego a liar. You ain't never known me to cap. You ain't never known me to lie. I ain't get it this far by saying a bunch of lies and all that goofy stuff. Hey, get my likes up, man. Y'all starting to piss me off. Get my likes up. And for the people asking, we will do the Boxing Ego watch party. He says, you're on point, Ego. Truth trumps lies. They can't tell the truth because it destroys their narrative. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it like, okay, how can, just explain this. How can I not be the best? I went to Devin Haney's fight. Y'all seen that I went to his fight. I spoke with Bill. I got an interview with Bill. Whether we agree or disagree, I came back and I told you, Devin Haney, the building was lit. It was I showed you footage of the building being lit. But then another situation comes up with Bill Haney, Devin, and Tank, and all this bad. Then I weigh in on that, and I give you my honest opinion. How can I not be the best in the business? Versus, you notice there's a lot of people who they say, oh, Devin Haney's cracking pay-per-views on point. But then when it's Shakur's always in the wrong. When it's Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney always right, Shakur always wrong, Tank Davis always wrong. Like, that's not being fair. That's not being fair. I told you it was a lit event. Whatever they did, I don't know. It sounded like they did a good live gate, almost 2 million. But I told you that. But then the issue of the pay-per-views came up, and then I gave you my perspective and reported what was about that. So I gotta be the best in the business, man. We are doing the Boxing Ego watch party later today for the last Showtime pay-per-view card. So that should be fun. I'm picking David Morrell for that one. Tank is the most hated. But see, that's what I'm saying. People use Tank's names for clicks, but he's still popping. Like, no matter, listen, I put this on. And here's the thing. This is my honest opinion. Mark this video down. Mark this video down. Despite all, it's like the Floyd Mayweather approach. Despite all this Tank slander that you're seeing, all this Tank slander, right? When he announces his next fight, probably on Amazon Prime or whatever, we'll see what it is. I told you, I'm not here to cap. There ain't no cap. There's a lot of cap on this app, but I'm not going to contribute to that. I'm telling you what it is. So people say, oh, I don't want to see Tank fight anyone not named blah, blah, blah. But watch the celebrities come to Tank's next fight. Watch the amount of attention that, like, people say, oh, I don't want to see Tank fight Rolly. But y'all was watching them press conferences, though. Everybody quoting and clipping up what was said at them press conferences. I thought you didn't want to watch the fight. I thought Rolly wasn't a good opponent and all that type of stuff. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Y'all gotta start coming with some truth. People always, for Tank's last several fights, they complain about it, But then everybody's watching it. Why are y'all watching it if you hate it so much? Like I said, if what I'm saying, tell everybody that hate Tank not to put his name in their videos. How about that? And we'll get to the bottom of this real quick. If we listen, see, and I promise you, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Let's do it like that. If y'all really want to, like, if y'all choose and y'all want to like click up and just do clicks like it's prison, how about everybody that's the diehardest Devin Haney fan, the diehardest Shakur Stevenson fan, the diehardest Ryan Garcia fan, and the diehard Tank Davis fan? Let's do it like prison and really click up, where the essays and the Mexicans is together, and then you in prison you got the whites and the Aryans, they together, and then the brothers, the black people are together. Let's do it, since y'all don't want boxing to be real and y'all don't want boxing to be objective. Let's click up and then do it like that. So the people who you ride for this person, since that's how y'all act anyway, then don't make no videos about the other side. And I guarantee you, watch people's numbers and money and all that traffic dwindle down. I'm telling you what it is. But people can say whatever. Tank is a superstar in boxing. I've been there. I've been to several of his fights. I've covered everybody's fights. So whether you want to admit, like, y'all, and see, this is the goofy thing about the internet. You talking to a muff that been there and did this. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You dealing with the Elohim of boxing. I've seen it. I've been to Canelo Golovkin fights and Mayweather McGregor. I know what's popping. All my platforms are popping. Facebook like page popping. Instagram popping. And that's my second page. That's my second page. YouTube been popping. Twitter. I know what fights are the biggest fights and all that. Nobody's trying to go stat for stat. Not just YouTube or Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Stat for stat. Let's go. Run it. And run them numbers and tell me what it is. My man said, I'm from Baltimore. Tank fights is crowded from start to finish. Block Uptown Boy. Thank you for playing. Bro, okay, answer this then. Answer this. If Tank is such a menace to these boxing streets, why are everyone talking about him? Like, bro, ask top YouTubers, Fight Hub, Fight Hype, right? Ask them, Ellie, right? Ask all these guys, when Tank fights, do you do your worst numbers or bad numbers for that, like for the whole year? Because everybody's been in the game for years out of the top group, right? Ask them what happens to their numbers when Tank fights. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not up for discussion. It's not up for discussion. When Tank fights, look at all top channels. Look at their numbers as they cover the fight. Like, I remember like when Rolly got pushed off the stage, the channel was cracking. I was making a bunch of video. It's like a huge, it's like, the people, what they call dashers. It's like the dashers. They got certain times where if you drive at dinner time during the holiday or during a peak hour, it's like peak surge times where you drive, you're going to make more money during that period, and they're giving bonuses because they need more drivers. That's Tank Davis. And people, they can disagree. There's nothing to disagree with, but they can say they disagree. But I'm telling you, it's different. The whole world was talking about Ryan and Tank this year. He was on Kai Cenat. Name another boxer that was on Kai Cenat and they both was on promoting the fight. That in and of itself was huge promotion. They was on Sports Center. Like, I'm not being funny. This is not a jab, but I don't think Devin Haney and Regis Prograde were on Sports Center. I don't think Shakur and Edwin De Los Santos were on Sports Center the week of the fight. These are the facts. Like, it's not my ego. See, this is the thing. Is I'm not producing the facts. I'm merely pointing them out. That's the difference. I'm just telling you the facts. People mad, but these are the facts I'm showing you. Everything I done said, you can go out and be like, damn, and research it. I didn't create these facts. My man said the interview did 1.5 mil. See? Hey, y'all got to get the likes up. 1.5 mil on the interview. So, I mean, people can like, oh, Tank, you're not the face of boxing. You need to step your resume up. Oh, whatever people are saying. But I know that you're not going to do it to ego. You can't. There's no one that could do it because I have all my platforms are popping. You see what I'm saying? All of them. So I know what's popping in boxing, period. And my opinion seems to ruffle everybody's feathers. Look, Facebook Live, we got 50,000 people. Man, stop playing with me, bro. I got 50,000 on Facebook. We got 50,000 on Facebook. Don't even add the Instagram. Don't even add the YouTube. When you want to talk numbers, let's talk numbers. Okay. He said the Sports Center face-off did 1.1. Or also remember Showtime All Access and the epilogue? Look at them numbers. Like, I could pull it up right now. Hold on, stop playing with me. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all want to cap. Y'all want it to be what you want it to be. But I don't care about none of that. I care about the facts. If you ain't talking facts, you ain't talking about nothing. Davis, Garcia, All Access. Don't tell me nothing about it. It ain't about facts. You feel me? Look, All Access, epilogue, 4 million. 4 million. So people are like, oh, how do you know Tank did 1.3 million? All Access, 5.3 million. And this is just on YouTube. You can watch this stuff be like watchable on actual Showtime app. This is just the YouTube. You're talking about, oh, how you know Tank? All Access, 2.7 million. Tank Ryan. I'm trying to tell you, you're like, oh, people trying to question. Look, Tank versus Barrios, 9.6 million. Stop playing with me, bro. People questioning all of Tank's numbers and stuff. Why would I question? Look, Hector Garcia, 2.2 million. Why would I question it when, look, Tank Gamboa, 6.3 million. So it's like there's multiple ways that you can kind of leverage what's really good in the sport of boxing. So I don't just arbitrarily think of stuff and make up stuff. There's a lot of things that I use to compute the data. So people are like, oh, but those are just free TV, all access Tank stuff, right? True. But that's part of the promotion. So what are we talking about? That means these are promotional pieces that were put out to supplement the fight, shoulder programming. So you mean to tell me everybody was vested into the all accesses, but nobody bought Gervonta versus Ryan? Stop. Come on, bro. You know that don't make sense. So yeah, there's certain things in life where you can almost get a preview. Like it's like tickets. If you have tickets and then the pre-sales are going crazy, then that could be a great indication that the fight is going to sell good because your pre-sales are selling really good. Come on, and y'all want to play these semantics games with me. Like I don't know what's popping in boxing. Stop. Anyway, I'll do the watch party in a little bit for David Morrell. I'll see.